Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Time for some September baseball. Imagine if the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe were to play Major League Baseball against legends, past and present. And that's what you'd have right here. This is game number 147 of a 162-game regular season. I'm looking forward to the playoffs. It's September. You can see the standings on the screen. Hey, Mazwardi, welcome to the live stream. You've jumped in just as I've started up the live stream. Just giving people a little bit of a status update. The standings are on the screen. The LA Dodgers have a half-game lead over the second-place Hollywood Avengers. They're tied in the loss column. The Avengers are 93 and 53. The Dodgers are 94 and 53. So, calendar, it's a 4-game series against Arizona. I'm down 2-1 in a 4-game set. So this game kind of matters to me because, you know, I lose this game and I lost 3 out of 4 to the 4th-place Arizona Diamondbacks. If I win this game, it's split 2 games apiece, and it's no big deal. It's September baseball anyway, so my fingers are crossed. And also, for whatever reason, the Arizona Diamondbacks have given me a really hard time this year. So anyway, let's jump into this game. Bradley Cooper is the starting pitcher for the Hollywood Avengers. We play full game. We are the home team. We play at Crosley Field, which was randomly chosen at the beginning of this long 162-game schedule. As you can see, some people need some rest, so I have to decide. Chadwick Boseman is going to sit down for Benedict Cumberbatch. Tom Holland needs to sit down. We'll put Terrence Howard in. Dave Bautista will sit down, and we will put in Vin Diesel. But now I have to just change the lineup just a bit. Doing homework and listening to some Avengers baseball. And yes, of course, if you did not already know, I do play-by-play. So if you can deal with the sound of my voice, it's sort of like listening to baseball on the radio. So yes, thank you so much, Mazwardi. I appreciate it. So let's see. Terrence Howard. No, Benedict Cumberbatch is going to hit second. So Mackey, Cumberbatch, Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo catching. Sebastian Stan. Idris Elba. Actually, let's put Don Cheadle in between Sebastian Stan and Idris Elba. And that looks like a terrible lineup. But you know what? People need a rest. This is your starting lineup. Like I said before, the Avengers are 40 games over 500. Their record is 93 and 53. And if this is the first time for the live stream, I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. And the difficulty setting for both hitting and pitching is set to All-Star. So here we go, live at Crosley Field. Get ready for some Major League Baseball as the Arizona Diamondbacks visit the Hollywood Avengers. Again on the mound is Rocket Raccoon Bradley Cooper, making his 29th start of the season. His record is 11 and 10 with a 4.99 earned run average. And he will face Joe Morgan, 312, 19 homers, 64 runs batted in. Hall of Famer, second baseman for the Big Red Machine. First pitch of the ball game, fastball inside, ball 1.
First pitch, 1240.
Fouls off the cutter. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. 71 degrees, clear skies, beautiful day for baseball here in I guess Crosley Field in real life is a minor league ballpark in Ohio. But since these are the Hollywood Avengers, we'll magically imagine that it's been transported to sunny California. Breaks his bat. Nubber, fielded by Mackey. Not in time. Joe Morgan, with his wheels, just motors down first and gets himself an infield single to lead off this ballgame. Here's a replay. Breaks his bat. Shattered barrel flying towards the shortstop. Maybe if he barehanded it, Mackey might have had the chance to make the play, but he did not do so. Anyway, next up is the DH, Brian Reynolds. 281, 18 homers, 75 runs batted in. Runner leads off first. Fastball at the knees, strike 1. Throw to first, he's back. And it is a pop-up shallow center field, fielded by Mackey. Cut the check, it's the first out. Starting lineup for the Diamondbacks. Joe Morgan's at second base. Brian Reynolds is the DH. Jeff Bagwell is at first. Jorge Posada batting cleanup is the catcher. Ketel Marte is in center. Nick Markakis in right. Starlin Castro is shortstop. Elvis Vizcaíno is at third, and Harrison Bader is batting ninth. So Jeff Bagwell, 328, 44 homers, 129 runs batted in, steps up, 1 out, runner at first. Swing and a miss at the fastball. Strike 197 on the radar gun. Count is 0-1. Jeff Bagwell was I'm not sure if it's a Hall of Famer. I know that he was a perennial All-Star in the 1980s. Throw down to second is not in time. It's a stolen base for Joe Morgan. Honestly, that was a jump off the pitcher. I forgot that he was going to steal, so that's on me. Runner in scoring position now with 1 out for Bagwell. Bagwell played in the 1980s for the Houston Astros, hit over 500 homers in his career. Swinging and miss the inside fastball, count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Patrick Johnson is the home plate umpire, calling balls and strikes. No idea if he's fictional or real. Don't really care. So 1-2 count on Bagwell. Ground ball past the diving attempt by Dr. Strange at third, and he's coming home. It's going to be an RBI single for Jeff Bagwell and the Arizona Diamondbacks, who have been giving the Avengers trouble all season long. Jump out to an early 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. Ground ball between short and third. Diving attempt by Benedict Cumberbatch, but to no avail. Next up, the switch-hitting catcher, Jorge Posada. 270, 26 homers, 69 runs batted in. Pops it up behind home plate, out of play for strike 1. Runner leads off first. Goes, chases a pitch out of the zone, tries to check his swing. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Posada. Bouncer out of his crouch is Ruffalo, throws to first in time. It's kind of like a swinging bunt. However, there are 2 outs with the runner at second. Nice agile play for the Hulk behind home plate. Next up is the center fielder Ketel Marte, hitting an even 328 homers, 95 runs batted in. Runner in scoring position at second, 2-way. He'll need a hit to drive in that insurance run. And he'll get more than that as that ball is deep. And it is gone. It is a 3-run lead for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Here with 2 outs in the top of the first. That's Marte's 29th homer of the season. And just like that, the Diamondbacks jump out to a 3-0 lead. I have to tell you, folks, the Diamondbacks are under 500. They are in 4th place in this division. And I'm glad I am not going to see them in the playoffs, because if I were, I would have a hard time advancing to the World Series, because every time I play the Arizona Diamondbacks, they jump out to a 3-0 lead. Here's a replay. Next up, right fielder Nick Markakis, hot in his last 9 games, hitting .304 on the season, 28 homers, 95 runs batted in. Comes the pitch from Bradley Cooper. Inside corner, strike 1. Pops it up. Out of the crouch is Ruffalo. Front of home plate, makes the catch to retire the side, but not before the Diamondbacks score 3 times, twice on this. A 2-run shot from the center fielder Marte. After half inning of baseball, it's the Diamondbacks 3. The Avengers coming to bat. This is Avengers Baseball. So on the mound for the Diamondbacks, Dave Wall, making his 13th start of the season. His record is 1-6 with an 8.04 earned run average. He's obviously a rookie call-up of some kind. Has not pitched the whole season. Leading off for the Avengers, Anthony Mackie. 317, 17 homers, 67 runs batted in. Plays shortstop for the Avengers. He is Sam Wilson in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Fastball low, ball 1. So the Diamondbacks are 72 and 74, good for 4th place in the NL West. The Avengers are 40 games over 500, and every time we play, they give me a hard time. That's a line drive headed towards the left center field gap, and I have a feeling it's going to go all the way to the wall, and it will, rounding first and heading to second. He will make the turn at second and go to third. The relay throw to third is not in time. It is a leadoff triple. Cut the check for Anthony Mackie. That is Mackie's 13th triple of the season. As you can see, triples leaders in the National League. Ahmed Rosario leads the league with 14. Mackie is right behind him in second place now with 13 triples on the season. Next up, Benedict Cumberbatch, part-time player, giving a day off to Chadwick Boseman at third base. Overall, is hitting .297 on the season. 2 homers, 15 runs batted in. Runner at third, nobody out. Thank you, Maswardi. I appreciate it. Looked high, called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is no balls and 1 strike to the Sorcerer Supreme, Dr. Strange. And that's got deep written all over it. Will it find itself? It is in there for a ground rule double. Double number 11 for Benedict Cumberbatch, Dr. Strange. It'll probably be an RBI double, or will the umpires decide to hold the runner at third base? Let's see. No, it's 3-1 Arizona. Up next, Tony Stark. Takes a pitch low and outside for ball 1. Tony Stark, or Robert Downey Jr., .297 average, 20 homers, 90 runs batted in on the season. He has Dr. Strange at second. Here's the pitch. Nope. Changeup misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes to Tony. So an RBI double for Cumberbatch, and it's a 2-run ball game. Here's the pitch from Wall. It's a 3-0 count. Will he swing on the 3-0 count with the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, on deck? No, he will not, because I don't swing on 3-0 pitches as a matter of principle. In there, strike 1. Hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike to Tony Stark. The handcuffs are now off. Let's see what happens. Fouls it up. The first check out to the third base line. Count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Downey Jr. Runner leads off second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. And he's out in front of the fastball. Pulls it down the right field line, out of play. The count will remain full. Here it comes. Strike 3 on the breaking ball outside corner. Caught him looking for out number 1. Here's the replay. Was it a strike? I mean, it looks, that's a low pitch. I don't know. I think that's a generous call by the home plate umpire. Nevertheless, up next is Mark Ruffalo. He has 34 homers and 130 runs batted in on the season. And he's out in front of the slider, swings and pulls it down the left field line for strike 1. The 34 homers leads the team. The 130 RBIs ties him for first place in the National League West, in runs batted in as a statistic. And he grounds it deep in the hole. It's short. Jump throw from Starlin Castro in time, and there are 2 away. No advance on the bases. Starting lineup for the Avengers: Anthony Mackie's at short, Benedict Cumberbatch at third, Robert Downey Jr. is at first. The catcher is Mark Ruffalo. Sebastian Stan is in left, Don Cheadle is in center, Idris Elba is the DH. Vin Diesel is in right field, and batting ninth at second base is Terrence Howard. Sebastian Stan is hitting .290 on the season, 10 home runs. Runner in scoring position, 2 outs. And that's a deep drive, but playable. The left fielder makes the catch to retire the side. So an RBI double by Dr. Strange puts them on the scoreboard. At the end of 1, it's 3-1 Diamondbacks. So we go to the top of the second. Up steps Starlin Castro. Starlin's hitting .234, but he has 28 homers and 76 RBIs on the season. We are in mid-September. There are about 15 or 16 games left in the regular season. The Avengers have 94 wins. They're on pace to win well over 100. First pitch was in there for strike 1. However, while making the playoffs is relatively assured, there is a question as to whether or not the Avengers will be the division champion or the wild card. Throw over to first, in time, 1 away by Benedict Cumberbatch. Routine play by the third baseman. Defensive alignment for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right. We have Sebastian Stan, Don Cheadle, and Vin Diesel in right. I am Groot. And at third base, Benedict Cumberbatch, Anthony Mackie, Terrence Howard at second, Robert Downey Jr. at first, with Mark Ruffalo behind home plate. So next up is Elvis Vizcaino, September call-up, hitting only $184, 2 homers, 7 RBIs on the season. Fastball in there, strike one. 3-1 lead for Arizona here in the second inning. And that is a bloop base hit to right center. Big turn at first. Oh, he throws it away, backed up by Dr. Strange at third. So no advance. It's a single for Vizcaino. Here's the replay. Next up, number 9 hitter Harrison Bader, 235, a homer, 8 RBIs. Runner leads off first. And that is a line drive to left center field, but there is War Machine. Don Cheadle makes the catch for out number 2.
The batter, number 8.
Lineup turns over for the Diamondbacks. Joe Morgan singled in the first. He is 7 for 11 in this 4-game series. So every bit the Hall of Famer in this series. Inside corner with the fastball, 97 on the radar gun, strike one. And that's a line drive headed towards the left center field gap, and it will roll all the way to the wall. The runner rounds third and heads on home. It will be an RBI double for Joe Morgan, and the Arizona Diamondbacks now lead 4-1. That's Morgan's 31st double of the season. Here's the replay. He just strokes it the other way with authority. And it seems like Rocket Raccoon has left the bullpen with nothing in the tank. Next up, Brian Reynolds. I almost said Ryan Reynolds. How funny. In there, strike one. We're going to have to get somebody up in the bullpen pretty soon if this keeps up. And he goes a little too far. Swing and a miss. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Brian Reynolds, not Ryan Reynolds. Runner at second, 2 down. Pops it up. Shallow left field. Strange makes the catch to retire the side. But they get another run. Brian Reynolds, Brian was not Brian Reynolds, it was Joe Morgan with an RBI double, and after an inning and a half, it's the Arizona Diamondbacks leading 4-1. Mazwardi wants to know who we're going to bring out of the pen. I don't want to bring anybody this early because I'm going to decimate my bullpen. You know, so I want to try to get 5 innings, but we'll see what happens. So leading off here in the bottom of the second is Don Cheadle. He's hitting .281 for the season with 14 homers. Strike on the outside corner. Outside, count as 1 ball, 1 strike. I mean, I'm going to try to get through 5 innings, but of course, if this keeps up, I'm going to have really no choice. Fastball, 2 balls and 1 strike. The goal is just eke out 5, and, you know, if he gives up another run, I'm taking him out. Line drive to center, playable for Ketel Marte, and that's the first out of the inning. Next up, Idris Elba, 268, 9 homers, 47 RBIs. Idris plays Heimdall in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Thor franchise. Deep fly ball to left, but there's a lot of real estate out there. On the warning track, he makes the catch in front of the 378 sign for out number 2. Fewest home runs for teams in the National League. As you can see, the Braves are first, but the second place team with fewest home runs, the Avengers, is 178. I don't really know why. Hey, gotta go, gotta play some basketball. I'll see you later. Hope you come back. Absolutely, Mr. Marzwardi. I appreciate it. Enjoy your game. Thank you for your comments. See you again soon. Next up, Vin Diesel. I am Groot with 2 outs and bases empty here in the bottom of the second. Ground ball up the middle, fielded, off balance throw in time, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Wall. At the end of 2, it's 4-1. Avengers trail. Ugh. So we go to the top of the third. Up steps Jeff Bagwell, who has a hit in his first at-bat. I believe it's an RBI double, if my memory serves. Fouls off the fastball, strike one. Grounder. Oh, no. Terrence Howard doesn't come up with it. I guess it's going to go through for a hit. I think he could have given up the body for that. That's interesting. So Bradley Cooper, 2+ innings, 6 hits, and 4 earned runs. So Jorge Posada, all-star for the New York Yankees in the 90s. 6, 4, 3, double play. And there are 2 away, and the bases are now empty. So that cleaned things up a little bit here in the top of the third.
The center fielder, number 4.
Here's the replay. Inside on his hands, pulls it to Terrence Howard. So it's Terrence over to the new Captain America, Mackey, over to Robert Downey Jr. to complete the 4-6-3 double play. So 2 down, up steps Ketel Marte, who had a 2-run home run in the first inning to power them to a 3-0 lead at the time. Fastball in there, strike 1. Swing and a miss over the changeup. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Marte. Fouls it back. Count remains 0-2. 4-1 lead for Arizona here in the third. This is Avengers baseball. I am RC Robbin. Line drive, base hit, 2 out, possibly a double. Big turn at third. The throw to the second baseman is in time. Gorgeous play by Don Cheadle. War Machine guns him out, no pun intended. At the end of 2.5, it's 4-1 Arizona. Welcome to the live stream, Outlander. I'm trying my best. For some reason, the Arizona Diamondbacks seem to have my number in this season. Up next here in the bottom of the third is Terrence Howard. Terrence is a backup player. Pitches high, ball 1 from Dave Wall. Terrence is hitting only 156 on the season. He has only 4 RBIs. He played in April. Line drive to center field, playable for Ketel Marte, and there's 1 out. Terrence Howard played in, well, hold that thought. National League West standings. As you can see, the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Hollywood Avengers are in a mathematical tie for first place. The Arizona Diamondbacks are in 4th place, 21 games back. So Anthony Mackie had a triple and a run scored, accounting for the only run on the scoreboard for the Hollywood Avengers. He's 1 for 1. Outside corner with the slider, strike 1. He's 9 for his last 18 on the season. And he pulls it into the seats for strike 2. Count is no balls and 2 strikes to Mackie. Pops it up in the infield, out of the crouch is Posada in front of home plate for the 2nd out.
Now batting, number 3.
Next up, Benedict Cumberbatch had an RBI double in his first at-bat. He's playing third base today. And this one again, lined to the center fielder. Ketel Marte retires the side. So, quick 1-2-3 inning for the Avengers here in the third. The end of 3. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks 4, the Hollywood Avengers 1. I got to caffeinate. This is ridiculous. So we go to the top of the 4th inning. Nick Markakis is 0 for 1, popped up in the first. Bradley Cooper still on the mound, trying to fight his way through 5 innings. Fouled off, strike 1. Misses inside with the changeup, count 1 ball and 1 strike. Bradley Cooper, the voice of Rocket Raccoon in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. High but cold a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Markakis. Swing and a miss, struck him out on the 2-seam fastball, and there's 1 away. First strikeout of the game for Cooper. Not surprising that it came in the 4th, as he hasn't pitched well today. He's 11-10 on the season, and he's pitching down to his record. Up next is Starlin Castro. Misses with the cut fastball outside, ball 1. Fouls off the forkball, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Grounder up the middle, charging, off-balance throw, in time. Gorgeous play, cut the check by Anthony Mackie. There's Sue away. I had a feeling he was going to beat that out, but I was wrong. Here's the replay. Thought he was going to need to make an off-balance throw behind second base to make the out. Instead he braced himself, planted his feet, and made a solid throw and got him. So Elvis Vizcaino's up with 2 outs and bases empty here in the top of the 4th. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Elvis Vizcaino. I don't know if that's a real player or a created player that the computer created. I certainly didn't make him. I wonder. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Vizcaino. Fly ball in foul territory, racing over as I am Groot. He will not make the catch. So the count remains 1 ball and 2 strike on Vizcaino. Almost in the same spot, but this one will slice out of play into the seats, and we'll do it again. Swing and a miss. The inside fastball struck him out swinging, and the side is retired. 3.5 at Crosley Field. The Avengers trail by 3. It's 4-1, Arizona. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Up steps Robert Downey Jr., 0 for 1 today. Faces Dave Wall, who's 1-6 on the season. Pitches outside, ball 1. He's 1-6 on the season. He has an ERA in the 8s, and he has a 3-run lead. What's wrong with this picture? Fouls it. Strike 1. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike to Tony Stark. High and outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. And that's a line drive. Hit it right at the right fielder, Markakis, for out number 1. So the hitters are hitting the ball on the nose, but for some reason, hitting them right at the fielders. Next up is Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk. 0 for 1 with a ground out. Here's the pitch. Slider inside off the plate. Ball 1. Line drive up the middle. It is a 1-out single for Hulk. Ruffalo smash. And they have a base runner on here in the bottom of the 4th. Next up is Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, 0 for 1. And that's a line drive headed towards the left center field gap, but Cattell will make a nice, oh, he's going for third. The throw to third is not in time. It'll be first and third with only 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. A single by Bucky Barnes. That was aggressive base running. Up next is War Machine, Don Cheadle, who's 0 for 1. Runner at third, less than 2 outs. Let's see what happens. Slider off the plate outside, ball 1. James Rhodes from the Iron Man franchise with 2 on and 1 out. He is the tying run at the plate. Pitch is high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Don Cheadle's hitting .325 with runners in scoring position this season. Outside, 3 balls, no strikes. 1 more ball from Dave Wall, and the bases will be loaded with Avengers. Will he take the pitch? You know I'm taking a 3-0 pitch. I don't swing. I want the bases loaded. Ball 4 looked like a strike. The umpire squeezed him. Called ball 4, and the bases are now loaded with Avengers. Here's a replay. You be the judge. That looked like a strike to me, but according to the home plate umpire, it was ball 4. So with the bases loaded, Idris Elba steps up to the plate. Idris flew out in the 2nd. He is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Low with the 2-seam fastball, ball 1. Nowhere to put him. Wall is going to have to throw strikes. Inside off the plate with the slider, 2 balls and no strikes. And if I was the manager of the Diamondbacks, I would send the pitching coach out to Wall to calm him down. And he fouls off the two-seam fastball count. It's 2 balls and 1 strike to Elba. Hemdahl steps in the batter's box, sets and delivers. Low, 3 balls and 1 strike. Hitters count on deck. Vin Diesel, I am Groot. 1 more ball and Wall walks in a run. Let's see what happens. Ground ball up the middle and through. It is an RBI. 2 runs will score a 2-run single. The throw home is up the line. It's a 2-run single for Idris Elba. Hemdahl sees all, and it's a 1-run ball game as the Arizona Diamondbacks now lead 4-3. Here's the replay. I need a sip of coffee. Posada up the line. Stan hits the home plate with his hand. So, I am Groot, Vin Diesel, runners at first and second, and only 1 out. 4-3 lead for Arizona. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider, strike 1. Vin Diesel is giving Dave Bautista a day off in right field today. Backup player. Grounder, 5, tags, throws to second. Not in time, not in time. So it's a fielder's choice. Tag the runner heading to third, so it'll be runners at first and second with 2 outs now for Terrence Howard, who is 0 for 1. A hit could tie this ball game as there's a runner at second base. And that's exactly what he's going to... No, good play by... I spoke too soon. I thought it was going to make its way through the infield, but a nice defensive play by the second baseman ends the inning. At the end of 4, it's a 1-run ball game. Arizona leads 4-3. Spoke too soon. I was acting like a fan. So top of the 5th, up steps Harrison Bader, who's 0 for 1 for the Diamondbacks. Pulls the fastball foul for strike 1. Inside two-seam fastball. Won't count as 1 ball, 1 strike. Line drive. It is... Oh, it gets past him and rolls all the way to the right field wall. He's going to make a triple on this. Misplayed. He went for the great catch, got past him in right field, and it ends up being a triple for Harrison Bader. Now they have a runner at third and nobody out. Oh, poor defensive play in right field by the Avengers on that play. We're going to go to the manager's office and the bullpen, and we're going to warm up Paul Rudd and Sam Jackson. And the manager is going to send the pitching coach out to the mound. So Bradley Cooper over on the right side of the screen is full of confidence. CFD is blue, has plenty of confidence. So Joe Morgan, however, though, is 2 for 2 with a single and a double and an RBI. So Joe Morgan's no joke. Backs him off the plate with the fastball, ball 1. Joe's 8 for 12 in this series. Easily the best player on the field in this 4-game set. Inside corner with the cut fastball, count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner leads off third. Fork ball is low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Pops it up behind home plate, out of play, count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes on Morgan. Line drive to center field, that should be deep enough. He makes the catch, tagging at third and heading home. It's going to be a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Joe Morgan. And Arizona now leads by 2. It's 5-3. So 1 out, base is empty. And up next is Brian Reynolds, who's 0 for 2. Lazy fly ball to center. There is Cheadle for the 2nd out.
Now batting.
Next up is Jeff Bagwell. Jeff's 9 for 15 in this series. I spoke too soon about Joe Morgan being the MVP of this 4-game set. Jeff Bagwell's 9 for 15 with 2 homers. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. 96 on the radar gun. Strike 1, 0-1 count. Pops it up behind home plate. There, behind the plate, is Ruffalo to retire the side. But they do get another run on the sac fly by Joe Morgan, and it's a 5-3 ball game here after 4.5 innings. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Up steps Anthony Mackie, who's 1 for 2 with a triple today. Grounder through the right side and almost does it again. But this time the ball gets through the right side. It is a single for Anthony Mackie, cut the check. Hits leaders on the team. Tom Holland leads the hitters. He has 200 hits on the season. Mark Ruffalo is second. Anthony Mackie in third place. Next up, Benedict Cumberbatch, 1 for 2 with a single today. RBI single. Pitches high, ball 1. Tying run is at the plate in Cumberbatch, here in the bottom of the 5th. High and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Looking forward to the new Spider-Man movie. Obviously a very large cameo by Benedict Cumberbatch in the new Spider-Man movie that's about to debut in the next week or 2. Excited to see it like every other Marvel Cinematic Universe fan. Grounds it up the first baseline, foul ball. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner leads off first. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dr. Strange. Dave Wall sets and delivers. Outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count. On deck, Robert Downey Jr. Here comes the full count pitch to Cumberbatch. And he walks him. Ball 4. So there'll be 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. So the tying runs are on first and second for Tony Stark. Tony's 5 for 10 in this series. 0 for 2 today, however. Chance to... in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Jorge Posada. Kept it in front of him, ball 1. Doubling the gap could tie this ball game at 5. Let's see what happens. And that's not a double in the gap, but it is a bloop base hit. Throw to second is not in time. It's bases loaded. It was a bloop single to right for Tony Stark. And now the bases are loaded. The runner at second could not score because it wasn't sure if it was going to be caught in right field. The pitching coach for the Diamondbacks goes out to talk to Dave Wall. The tying runs are in scoring position for the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, who's 1 for 2 with a single today. He leads the team in RBIs. Pitches high, ball 1. He leads the ball club with 130 runs batted in. This is the man they want up at the plate in this situation. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Nowhere to put Ruffalo. Mark's hitting .350 with runners in scoring position this season. Not surprisingly. Fouls off the fastball, 2 balls and 1 strike. Runners lead off every base. Ground ball, backhanded, throws to second for 1, back to first, around the horn double play. There are 2 away. They trade the double play for a run scoring, no RBI on the play, and Arizona now leads by 1. It's 5-4 Arizona as the runner at third comes home to score. He hits it hard, but hits it at the third baseman. Nice play by the third baseman. Stretches, momentum carrying him into foul territory, throws a strike to second, and then over to first to complete the 5-4-3. So we have a runner at third base and 2 outs for Sebastian Stan. A single here with 2 outs could tie this ball game. Here comes the pitch from Wall. Slider inside, ball 1. Sebastian's hitting .319 with runners in scoring position. Ground ball off the glove Fielded, jump throw, in the dirt, scoop nicely, side is retired. They do score a run on the double play, but at the end of 5, it's an official ball game. Arizona leads 5-4. This is Avengers baseball. I need to drink some of my iced coffee. So we go to the top of the 6th. Jorge Posada is 0 for 2 today. 2 ground outs. Bradley Cooper is still out there here in the 6th. Fouls it back, fastball, strike 1. And that's a line drive headed towards the right center field gap. And he may hold him at first. He's going to hold him at first only because it's a catcher running. Any other player, that probably would have been a double. It's a leadoff single here in the top of the 6th for Jorge Posada, who's now 1 for 3. Here's the replay. Next up, Ketel Marte, who hit a 2-run home run back in the first inning. Here it is. Bang. I don't want to watch it anymore. It hurts my soul. Manager is deciding to go to the bullpen and bring in Samuel L. Jackson to pitch. Runner at first, nobody out. Sam Jackson, 6-6 with a 3.98 earned run average. Switch hitter Ketel Marte will switch, turn around and bat from the right side. Grounder, 6, 4, 3, double play. And there are 2 away. Nice defensive display from the infield of the Avengers. And there are 2 outs and the bases empty. Welcome to the live stream, Eleanor Rose. If you're gonna leave a link, be a nice person and go and like the video while you're here. I would appreciate it. 2 outs, up steps Nick Markakis, left-handed hitter who's 0 for 2. Comes the pitch. Curveball in there, strike 1. 5-4 lead for Arizona here in this 4th game of a 4-game series. Arizona has a 2-1 lead. Ground ball past the diving. It knocks it down. Terrence will not get to. It's going to be an infield single. Oh, he's going to second. And he gets to second. They fell asleep in the infield. And they're going to credit Markakis with a double, his 33rd of the season. Let's watch the replay. Look at this. They fell asleep in the infield. Tony, he runs past it. So runner in scoring position now for Starlin Castro. What a foobar situation right there. Out in front of the knuckleball, swinging and a miss, strike 1 for Castro. So 2 outs, but there's a runner in scoring position, and that insurance run is at second. Cut fastball in there, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Castro's hitting only .219 with runners in scoring position this season, so he hasn't been good in this situation. So hopefully that streak continues. Strike 3 called. Looked low, called a strike. He doesn't like the call. Nevertheless, the side is retired. 5.5 here at Crosley Field. Arizona 5, Avengers 4. Let's get this going. Let's go. Leading off here in the bottom of the 6th is Don Cheadle. He walked in the 4th inning. Officially, he is 0 for 1. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty wall. And that's a drive. Will he catch it? Off the heel of his glove. He's going to go for second. Picks it up, throws to second. Not in time. It is a leadoff double for War Machine. His 32nd double of the season. Who's going for a brilliant catch. Markakis laid out, flashed the leather, but he hit off the heel of his glove, and he showed no hesitation rounding in first and made it into scoring position. He is the tying run, and the manager of the Diamondbacks has seen enough. He's calling for the right-hander out of the bullpen. Wall is in a winning situation, pitching in the 6th with a 1-run lead, but he is responsible for the runner at second base. So out of the bullpen, Sam Tuivailala, 9-4, 4.54 earned run average. Is that the correct pronunciation? Absolutely not, but it's the best you're going to get. Up next, Idris Elba, 2-run single in today's ballgame. Fastball, outside corner, strike 1. He needs to hit the ball to the right side to get that runner over to third base. Slider, low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Cheetah leads off second. He is the tying run. No outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. And he hits it. Lazy fly ball to right. Markakis makes the catch, one away, and he does not get the runner to third. So that is an unproductive out by Idris Elba. Next up is Vin Diesel. I am Groot. 0 for 2, 2 groundouts today. Again, runner leads off second. This one is driven to right, deep, but it's out number 2. So they get the runner to second base with nobody out. And here we are with 2 outs, and the runner is still at second base. That's not winning baseball. Next up, Terrence Howard, who's 0 for 2. Switch hitter batting from the left side. He's 0 for 2. 2-out hit. Fastball outside corner, strike 1. 2-out hit could tie this ball game. Terrence played for the Avengers in April, was sent down to the minor leagues. And an injury brings him back in. Ground ball to second. Over to first. Eye in the dirt. Scoop nicely. Side is retired. End of 6. It's a 1-run contest. Arizona leads 5-4. So we go to the top of the 7th. Elvis Vizcaino is 1 for 2.
The third baseman, Elvis Vizcaino.
Swing and a miss at the screwball, strike 1. Cut fastball, looked high, called a strike. Count is 0-2 on Vizcaino. Strike 3 called at the knees. That's out number 1 here in the 7th. Next up, Harrison Bader, 1 for 2 with a triple and a run scored. Fouls off the screwball, strike 1. Nick Fury working in his 2nd inning of relief work. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Bader. Harrison Bader just gets a piece of the 2-seam fastball to stay alive. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. 5-4 lead for Arizona here in the 7th. Just gets a piece of the knuckler to stay alive. Swing and a miss, cut fastball, and there are 2 away. Here's the replay. Was it a strike? Absolutely, it was just out in front. So next up is one of the hottest hitters in the Diamondbacks lineup, Joe Morgan, who's 2 for 2 today and is 8 for 12 in this series. Left-handed hitter against the lefty Sam Jackson. Inside corner and low, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is 0-1. Misses off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bounces away, but called a strike. Count is 1-2. Fouls off the cut fastball to stay alive. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Joe Morgan. He was the spark plug of the Big Red Machine in the 1970s. World champions of baseball. I think 1975. Fouls off the curveball, and the at-bat will continue. He was also a well-known announcer. Pops him up, left side. Cumberbatch is there to retire the side. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. It's 5-4 Arizona. We need a comeback. The Avengers are down 2-1 in this 4-game set. They need to tie this series at 2. Let's go. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Okay, shut up, Chris. All right, let's go. Anthony Mackie, 2 for 3. Turns around and bats from the left side against Glenn Fries. Fouls off. Strike 1. So Anthony Mackie's a switch hitter, hitting from the right side against the lefty Paul Fry. Fastball is low. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Two right-handers warming in the Diamondbacks bullpen, Edwin Diaz and Pedro Baez. Bottom of the 7th, 1-run lead for Diamondbacks. Slider inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Low, 3 balls, 1 strike, hitter's count. On deck is Dr. Stephen Strange. Did he check it? Yes, he did. So it's ball 4, and he walks the leadoff man. So the reliever Fry comes in and walks the first man he faces. That give managers indigestion. Benedict Cumberbatch is 1 for 2, but he's a lefty, so the manager is going to substitute Benedict Cumberbatch for Chadwick Boseman. Let's go! Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, the late great Black Panther, will face Glenn Fry. Boseman has 20 homers and 73 runs batted in on the season. Tying run is at first, has a lot of speed. Pitch out, nothing doing. He was not stealing. It's a good situation to steal, get himself in a scoring position, but he needs to be careful. Grounder. 1, 2, double play. 2 outs, bases empty. Round the horn, 5-4-3. Unbelievable. Next up, Tony Stark. 1 for 3 with a single in the 5th. Fastball in there, strike 1. Swing and a miss at the slider in the dirt. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Tony. Just gets a piece of the changeup to stay alive. The count remains 0-2 on Iron Man. That ball is high. It is far. That ball is gonzo. We love you 3000, Tony. This ball game is tied. Home run number 21 on the season, a solo shot here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Oh, yeah. Home run number 21, RBI number 91 on the season. And this is a brand new ball game, tied at 5. Bang! 2 out, solo shot. Next up, the Incredible Hulk. 1 for 3 with a single. Chases a high fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. Mark 7 for 15 in this series. And that ball is high and deep. That ball's going to be off the wall. Anywhere else, it would have been a home run. Here, it's going to be a double. So it's a 2-out double for Hulk. Ruffalo smash. Watch this. This hits the scoreboard in Crosley. Look how high up this hits the scoreboard. Any other ballpark, this is a home run. It's just where we play caused it to be a double off of the scoreboard. Bang. Next up, Sebastian Stan, the go-ahead run in scoring position, a single, and the Avengers with 2 outs can take a 6-5 lead. And he pulls it down the left field line out of play for strike 1. He's 1 for 3 with a single. His average is .290 on the season. Hulk leads off second. High, 1 ball and 1 strike. Sebastian's hitting .315 with runners in scoring position. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Three balls and 1 strike. Hitters count. On deck, War Machine Don Cheadle. Here comes the pitch from Fry. Grounder backhanded by Bagwell. Tosses to Fry, covering to retire the side. But the 2-out solo shot from Iron Man. We love you 3000, Tony. The end of 7. This ball game is tied at 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, your
Chadwick Boseman takes over at third base since he pinch hit for Benedict Cumberbatch in the bottom of the 7th. Top of the 8th, Brian Reynolds steps up, switch hitter, turns around and bats from the right side against Sam Jackson. Reynolds is 0 for 3. Swing and a miss out in front of the breaking ball, strike 1. Grounded to short, routine play for Mackey. Cut the check, and there's 1 away. Next up, Jeff Bagwell, 9 for 16 with 2 homers in the series. 9 hits in a 4-game series. 2 for 3 today. Here's the pitch from Nick Fury. Out in front of the breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 1. He's dialing it in. Deep fly ball the other way. Back goes I Am Groot. Vin Diesel makes the catch, 2 away. I Am Groot. 2 outs. Jorge Posada's 1 for 3 with a single, turns around again like the other switch hitters in the lineup and bats from the right side against the lefty Sam Jackson.
Nope.
Misses low, ball 1. Attendance 27,347 here at Crosley. Crosley Field is a minor league ballpark for 27,000, is a sellout for this ball game. Fouls off the knuckleball, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. 5-5 game here in the top of the 8th inning. Fouls it back, strike 2. And it is a bloop base hit over the head of the third baseman. And he's going for second. Big mistake. Out by a mile. And the side is retired. Did he think he inherited Ricky Henderson's legs all of a sudden? After 7.5, this ball game's still tied at 5. We go to the bottom of the 8th. This is Avengers baseball.
Your attention, please.
In relief is lefty Zach Duke, who's pitched in 81 games out of the bullpen this season for the Diamondbacks. He's 3-4 with a 5.03 earned run average. He will face War Machine, who doubled in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 2. Batting from the right side against the lefty. In the dirt, strike 1. I want to get some relievers up in my bullpen. That ball is deep. Back goes the fielder looking up, and at the warning track makes the catch for the first out. Thought for sure that was going off the wall. Just died out there. The air is dry at Crosley Field. So before Idris goes up, manager, bullpen. Switch hitter at lefty, righty. Paul Rudd, Jeremy Renner. Paul Rudd is going to... No, you know what? No, we're going to sit on Sam Jackson for just a little while longer. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Idris Elba, 1 for 3. Breaking ball inside, ball 1. Hello, King Sonic. Welcome to the live stream. It's a 5-5 game, tie ball game here in the bottom of the 8th. You're going to be my good luck charm. See? Well, that one's going to be caught. I take that back, but you're still going to be my good luck charm. Then there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th.
Number 32.
Next up, Vin Diesel. 0 for 3. He's 0 for 7 in this series. He's been very unproductive. He needs to get hit. This would be a good time for him to get his first hit in this series. Curveball low, ball 1. 2 right-handers, Edwin Diaz and Pedro Baez, are warming up in the Diamondbacks bullpen, getting loose. Seems like they've been in that bullpen for the last 3 innings straight. Fouls it off. Strike 1, count as 1 ball and 1 strike to I Am Groot. Up the first base line, it is a foul ball. Count will go 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bases loaded. I wish it was bases loaded. Bases empty and 2 away. Down and in, backs him off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes a pitch from Duke. And he fouls off the slider. Just gets a piece of the changeup to stay alive. Count remains 2-2. And he wraps it into the seats, a foul ball. And the at-bat will continue. Line drive, base hit to left. It's a 2-out single for Iron Woods. And the inning will continue. The bottom of the 8th will continue. Here's the replay as I sip my iced coffee.
Second baseman, Terrence Howard.
Next up, Terrence Howard. Switch hitters, turns around and bats from the right side against the lefty. It's 0 for 3. And he hits a lazy fly ball to left, which will most likely retire the side, and it will. So we go to the top of the 9th. 5-5 lead, 5-5 game. We have ourselves a tie. Leading off is Ketel Marte. He has a homer today, a single, it's 2 for 3.
The center fielder, number 2, Ketel Marte.
Line drive to center. There is Don Cheadle. 1 away.
The right fielder,
Next up, Nick Markakis, 1 for 3 with a double.
Markakis.
Swinging a miss at the cut fastball, strike 1. Grounder to first, scooped by Tony Stark, steps on the bag himself, and there are 2 away.
Now batting,
Here in the top of the 9th. Next up, Starlin Castro, 0 for 3, struck out in the 6th. Here comes the pitch from Nick Fury. Deep fly ball to right, but playable for Vin Diesel. He retires aside. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Sam Jackson. We go to the bottom of the 9th. This ball game is tied at 5. Welcome to Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for watching. So, Anthony Mackie, the new Captain America, leads off. 2 for 3 is a single and a triple.
shortstop, number 9.
Duke is still out there here in the bottom of the 9th. Line drive, base hits. And the winning run is at first base. And oh, he drops the ball, muffs it, chases the second. And it'll be a single and an error by the center fielder, single and E8. And the winning run is in scoring position with nobody out. Up next, Chadwick Boseman, who can win this game walk-off style with a single. Let's see what happens. Fastball inside, sinking fastball, ball 1. Should he be bunting in this situation? Probably. Will he bunt? No, he will not. This is inside, 2 balls and no strikes. This is the Avengers. Every single one of these guys are a superhero. Superheroes don't bunt. Well, that's not true, but whatever. Fouls off the high changeup. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. The winning run is at second. 5-5 lead. 5-5 tie here in the bottom of the 9th. That's a line drive to center field, and it will be caught tagging at second and going to third. So it's a productive out. It's a brilliant catch by Ketel Marte to make the out. It's 1 out and a runner at third base. So the winning run is at third base. Let's look at this catch by the center fielder Marte. Giving up the leather, soiling the uniform. But that catch allowed Anthony Mackie to tag and go to third. Now, Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., who hit a solo home run to tie this game at 5 an inning ago. 2 for 4 is up there with a chance to win this ball game. Let's see what happens. Line drive foul. strike one. Robert Downey Jr. is hitting 364 with runners in scoring position. Runner leads off third, 1 out. Line drive, base hit, and they win the game in walk-off fashion. Robert Downey Jr. wins the game with an RBI single as Anthony Mackie scores, and they win this game 6-5 in the bottom of the 9th inning, walk-off style. RBI number 92 on the season for Tony. We love you, 3000, Tony. Here's the replay. Line drive the other way to short left field. No chance for the infielders to make the play. No chance for the outfielder to throw the runner out at third as he was already running on the swing. So, this 4-game series is 2 games apiece. That is win number 95 on the season for the Hollywood Avengers. They are 95. Or are they? Wait a minute. They might be 94 and 53. 94 and 53. The player of the game, Anthony Mackie. Anthony Mackie, the player of the game. We don't need to see that. We know he is the player of the game. Oh, I'm excited. Excited. Walk off. Hollywood Avengers, 6 runs, 13 hits, 1 error. Arizona Diamondbacks, 5 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. Sam Jackson gets the win for his excellent relief work. Zach Duke was left in there. 1 inning too long. Zach Duke is the loser. Anthony Mackie, 3 for 4 with a triple and 3 runs scored, including the walk-off winning run in the bottom of the 9th. He is your player of the game. And this has been a broadcast of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for watching. I am going to actually exit the post game, and I'm actually going to go to the main menu in order to look at the standings, just to keep track of what's happening here in September as we approach the playoffs. This is MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4, and it is 94 and 53, pardon me. So the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Hollywood Avengers tied 2 games apiece in their 4-game series. Arizona lost 12-8. Then they won the 2 middle games, and then the Avengers won the getaway game 6-5. Next up is a 3-game set. 3-game set at Colorado against the Colorado Rockies. Chris Hemsworth goes for win number 21 tomorrow. So let's look at the standings. So with the win, the Avengers are in first place. As you can see, they're 94 and 53. They have a 1-game lead in the loss column and a half a game lead right now in the division, the National League West. So that's where we stand after 147 games of a 162-game schedule. You know what? Let's look at some other stuff. Let's look at some league leaders. Tom Holland. Tom Holland, Spider-Man, is winning the batting title at the moment. Stan the Man Musial on the LA Dodgers hitting 351. Tom Holland hitting 360. Nice, nice. Joe Torre and Tom Holland are battling it out for the hits lead in the National League. Torre 201, Holland 200. No one there, no one there, no one there, no one there, no one there. Actually, hold on a second. RBI's Luis Gonzalez, 134. Jeff Bagwell, 130. So Jeff Bagwell is in third place. He leads the ball club with 130 RBIs, but not the National League. That honor goes at the moment to Luis Gonzalez with 134. Runs scored, I don't think anyone's even close. I don't see anyone. I see Anthony Mackie all the way down here with 102. Stolen bases, nobody's on that. Nobody's on that. I don't see anybody. Slugging percentage, I don't see anybody. OPS, I don't see anybody. Wins in baseball. Chris Hemsworth, Thor Odinson, who's going to go for his 21st win tomorrow, is tied with Cy Young for the league lead in wins, 20 apiece. Tom Hiddleston, his brother Loki, is at 17. So that's interesting. Tom Hiddleston, I think, has an outside shot. If he wins his last 3 starts, he could get to 20, but that's unlikely. Saves, nobody's in the top of that. Chris Hemsworth leads the league in ERA, earned run average, 2.72. He's got the best earned run average amongst starters in the National League, 2.72. See, shutouts. Chris Hemsworth is tied for the most shutouts with Tom Seaver, 5 shutouts in the season. Strikeouts. Chris Hemsworth and Tom Seaver are neck and neck, 228 to 226. Chris Hemsworth has 10 complete games. I mean, basically no one can catch that. Catfish Hunter is closest with 7. Innings pitched, Hemsworth has the most. Whip. Pitching WAR, WAR means wins above replacement. It's a weird stat. It's a weird new age analytical stat. Batting WAR. Okay, well, anyway, that's good enough. So, Sam Jackson got the win. Zach Duke got the loss. The MCU, the final 6-5. The calendar says that the next game that we play is going to be at Colorado the following day on the calendar. Chris Hemsworth will start, but that is a start for another day. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video. I am RC Robbin. This has been a broadcast of Avengers Baseball. I will see you all again soon. Take care of yourselves.